5, 4.
Hello, folks. Hopefully
We are
we're
live.
Whee! I don't know why I said wee. Okay. I am Jenny Weiss. This is Chad Anders and Matt Organ. We are the Folkland podcast, the podcast about the podcast.
Podcast about a podcast.
And if you hadn't heard, Nate Bargatze's a big fan, folks.
Yeah, big time. Woo! I mean, that's something.
He might be our only fan so far. I think we have a lot more critics.
Well, I should probably clarify what I mean by fan. So for the folks listening at home, got to meet Nate Saturday. We brought him some. Are we telling people? I guess we are.
I mean, you put a picture out there, so you might as well
spill the beans. Do you remember?
Talk about the merch, huh?
What show was that? Archie Spills the Beans. Brady Bunch.
This is
or
way.
Like that?
I don't think that was Brady Bunch. No.
Well, anyway.
This is way after my time.
This episode is Jen Spills the Beans. We got merch. We have some Folkland podcast mugs you will get to see hopefully on the next episode of Nateland.
You don't have one there with you? You're not drinking out of one right now?
She doesn't even have one.
No.
Good night. Oh my god.
I thought about it and it went in my head and it went in my head.
Yeah.
For the brand, Jen. For the brand.
I was supposed to bring one to someone Sunday too, and I forgot. So it just goes to show how much I care. So anyway, but I remembered when it counted, and that was bringing it to Nate. So got to meet him backstage. I'm just gonna give you the play-by-play. So I walk in. I'm nervous. Like I don't get nervous meeting people. Like I met Justin Bieber, didn't care, couldn't have cared less about it.
You met Justin Bieber just like last week?
No, like 7 years ago.
But then when you saw him in concert last week, did he recognize you?
Yeah, he went, "Hey, you're that one girl who never cared."
No, point up a little higher. I think you're sitting up a little higher.
Hey,
you up there.
What I didn't tell you
is that Jen?
We stole seats, so I was closer eventually.
Oh, okay.
But,
I thought the picture you sent was a closer seat than what you should have been.
No, I was closer than that. So it's actually I probably wasn't closer, but it was a better angle. It's semantics and it really doesn't matter, Matt. So I wish you wouldn't have brought it up. But anyway, we get backstage, y'all. It's like a dark room. So Nate's there, Justin, Graham K. I walk in and I'm like, yeah. I was like, so it's happening. Okay. Yeah. I was like, yeah. I walked to him and I was like, I'm Jen. I was like, I'm one of the hosts of the Folkland podcast. He said, oh, come on. All right. And so I was like, so yeah. That's me. And I was like, and this is for you.
Yeah.
It's like so awkward.
Did you bring one for everybody or did you just bring the one for him?
No, I brought one for everybody. I like
you mean
the bag
for everybody in Aaron and Brian, not
Aaron and Brian,
Graham and Justin.
Graham and Justin, I said, sorry, you guys suck. You don't get one. And I'm just kidding.
But can I have your autograph anyway?
No.
Yeah. If Dusty was here, he would get one. If Dusty was there, he would get one, but the other guys haven't been on enough.
Yeah.
So
for sure. Mick would get one. So anyway, I'm being awkward, super awkward. I give him the bag. He just stands there and looks at it and says, thank you so much. Thank you guys for doing that about the podcast. Right. So I say, are you going to open it? And he's like, oh yeah. So he goes to open it. Then
Typical Nate.
Say, I thought this would be really funny. I gave him a gift bag. Someone had given me a gift in for my birthday, and you know how people leave the tags on? Well, the tag had someone else's name, so like someone made that person. So it's just like three people's name I don't even know on it, and I thought it would be really funny if he looked at it, but he never looked at it. Anyway, the bag is purple and it had silver stars on it, and I said, I gave you this bag because magic.
Nothing.
Flop.
Oh man, that's awesome.
It was awful, so I don't blame him. Anyway, so he opens it.
You might be a joke one day for him. He'll be like, there was this girl this one time.
I I hope
She
so.
was
A
crazy.
nightmare.
A loser.
Loser. I messaged Abigail after and just thanked her, for that. But I told her, I was like, I was only a little bit awkward. I only embarrassed myself a small amount. And she said, the great thing about Nate, she said he never notices when people are like that. And I was like, praise the Lord.
Well, Jen, just so you know, for future advice, Vincent Gonzaba wants you to know things you don't do when you meet a comedian. Try to be funny.
Yeah, you want to hear more about how I try to be funny?
Also, Hunter Taylor in the house. What's up, Hunter? Good to see you, buddy.
I don't know who that is, but hi.
He's Team Matt. It's okay if you don't know him. Hunter Taylor's Team Matt, so we're good.
Sorry,
Vincent's
guys,
definitely not Team Jen. I know that for sure.
Up in my mouth. So he pulls the mug out. He says, that's a different story if he's pulling a mag out. He holds the mug up and he says, I'm a big fan. Like someone has a camera pointed at him. So it's obviously for the camera. And I said, really? Have you watched it? And he went, I think I've seen a clip. And I said, in the most serious way, well, Brian watched it.
Oh!
So he said, he'll probably give me notes too. And I was
yeah, for real.
Oh, note to self: ask Brian for notes. That's a good
thought.
I'd
love to get some notes from
Brian. Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a fun bee name, but yeah, for Brian.
Brickle, but so there's a giant ring light, like the biggest one I've ever seen. It is lighting the whole room. Okay, so I'm like, should we get pictures? We should get pictures, right? And so he's like, yeah, So I like come to stand by him and I like go to the left side of him. And then I go, no, this is a bad. And I turn around and I'm blinded by the ring light. And I like hold my hand up and I'm like, were
you wrapped up like a deuce?
No. Is it deuce? I thought it was
deuce. No, it's deuce.
I didn't even know what that meant.
I don't know what wrapped up like a deuce means either, but I just know when I Googled those lyrics, that's what I saw. I was like, it's probably
what are we talking about right now?
You don't know that song?
Blinded by the light.
Well, yeah. Anyway.
Wrapped up like a deuce. I don't know the rest of it. That's all I know.
But you know that it's not douche, and that's what matters. So
true story.
I'm sorry, guys. This is a clean podcast. So anyway,
trying to be good.
It's revved up. It's revved up like a deuce, by the way. It's not wrapped up.
Oh, look who doesn't know the words.
It sounds like he's saying wrapped up like not a deuce, but hey.
Anyway, moving on.
What does that even mean? Revved up like a deuce.
Just don't worry about it.
Nobody even knows.
Who cares?
You should write in and ask the question on Nateland. Maybe we can talk about it someday. Because our contract says we can only discuss what they talk about.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And we're doing pretty bad at that right now. So
anyway, back to my meeting with Nate. I look at the light, blinded, right? And I'm like, you stand under this thing? So then he makes the best joke ever. He says, yeah, maybe if you got one, your podcast would be better. And I was like, that's fair. That's good.
Yeah.
But even though he's never seen it. So then
yeah.
Few more highlights, guys. Just hang in there. So we're taking this picture. It's a real smiley picture, right? In the middle of it, like a true performer, I don't even break my smile and I go, oh wait, can you hold the mug up? Like you can my guys don't, he's still taking pictures. Yeah. So he holds the mug up. That's real great. And then I'm like, okay, well, that's over with. He goes in to hug me. And I said, oh, okay, we're doing this now. So I hug him. And then I said, I like feel the obligation to talk to Graham K and Justin Smith at this point because they've just been kind of standing there watching this whole train wreck.
Yeah.
And so I was like, hey, you guys were great. I saw you in Mobile, saw you this show too. You're great. And then Nate goes, oh, you were at the Mobile show. The showers were so cold there. And I was like, okay, yeah. And he's like, you just heard Justin, he's you just walk by the hotel room and you just hear him going, and he's like revving himself up to get in the shower.
Yeah, he's getting revved up like a deuce. all comes together.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
my
Damn.
goodness.
Yahtzee. So then I was like, didn't someone on the podcast say they take cold showers, like Aaron or something? And he said, oh yeah, Mike Vecchione. He was like, he takes cold showers. He's insane. Like he just went kind of like on this week's podcast. He was like, he is insane. Like he just was like, he's insane. It was pretty funny. Then he said, we're taping a special. You should come out. And I was like, I'll be there the day before, actually. I said, the whole group will be the 3 of us, you know? So he said, we have to all get a picture together. And I told you I had a confession. So here's my confession.
Uh-oh.
I
You broke the mug.
No, I gave him the gift bag and I said, this is from me and those other guys, but they don't really matter. And then I said, serious as a heart attack. I got so scared and I was like, wait, please don't tell them I said that. Like he would be talking to you guys.
Like he's gonna text me.
Yeah.
You never believe what Jen said at my concert.
He didn't mention it after the birthday video, but I'm surprised now.
Yeah.
So I said, I was like trying to make a joke. I was like, no, I'm just kidding about that. And then there was another train wreck.
Say, hey, I'm glad we spent the extra $30 on the express shipping to get it to you, Jen. So you can take all the credit.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned you guys.
Thanks.
I said those guys. I'm sorry. You didn't send me pictures of your family to show him. Hey, this is Matt. This is his wife and his kids. And here's Chad with his wife and his unborn child. Like, you didn't tell me to do that. So
you're right. And I wouldn't ask you to do that either.
I just went off the cuff. And that's what you got.
I got you.
That's all good.
Should know. You'll never know what you get.
Let's get to some comments now after Jen's awful story about her meeting with Nate.
Jody W. She commented and said, finally watching. You're welcome for the heads up on the sculpted heads. I guess that's at you, Chad. She smiled, a smiley face.
And that's why we go live now. So you don't have to worry about me forgetting something in the editing process.
Well, she said she was still going to watch till the end for bloopers anytime she sees a black screen. She is Jody Ray in the group. She said, it's me. Because there's a lot of E's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We
Nailed it.
Thank you, Jody Ray, for your contributions.
Your reading's getting so good, Jen.
I don't know why you're laughing, but it's funny.
Well, yeah, because your reading's always been fine, but
you
make fun of Nate for that. So
I've really
come
a long way. We got another comment from Pooh Daddy 91. Hello, Folksland. Don't know who told him to say Folksland because we all unanimously agreed it was Folkland, right, Matt?
Yeah, Matt.
Yeah, we agreed. Go ahead.
It's a joke because Matt tried to say we were going to be called Folksland, and Chad and I were like, no.
Did I say that, or did I just say it was?
You did.
I can't remember, man.
Say it.
You did.
Lots has been said.
I think you wanted the apostrophe S too, like the land belongs to the folks, which it does. We're just representatives for all the folks out there, but it is Folkland.
We're just your voted representation, everybody.
Yeah, or dictatorship, depending on who you ask.
What did you just call me?
What? That's what Vincent said, man. That's all I'm saying.
Hello, Folksland. Didn't get to catch it live because of work. Same problems here, Pooh Daddy. I am Ricky Pooh Peterson in the Nateland fan group, and no, I don't like long walks on the beach. While I know Jen already referenced the tech issues on the group page, there was a significant part of this episode that I couldn't hear or understand what she was saying. Not saying this is a bad thing. Run with it. In all seriousness, Jen, you are in my top 3 when it comes to hosts of this podcast.
Man, congratulations, Jen! Wow,
hey, that's great. I wonder who his other 2 are. That's so exciting.
It's probably the sculpted heads and then Matt.
Probably a bunch of idiots.
Hey, Jen, Hunter Taylor wants you to said, all right, great story, Jen, blah, blah. Low key, that was awesome.
I think Jody,
And
something.
Jody W says it's still me. So she's invested.
Hilarious. Hey, there's
says
oh, sorry. There's 4 people
Dadgummit.
watching
Oh my
this.
gosh.
I'm trying to
Good
see where
night.
you got these
Well, just let
comments from.
Chad get the comments and you do the other.
I think we learned that last time, but I'm still
Yeah.
going to be rebellious.
Ugh.
Hunter also said that
we-
he's checking into his hotel, so don't say anything too funny.
I already read that. It's old news. Okay.
I appreciate you telling me because I'm not reading it. Yeah. Thanks, Chad.
I want to be the dictator of all the comments. I'm just kidding.
Dictator of everything. Vincent, come save us, man. Come on.
There's lots of things I don't get to dictate on here. Like the fact that you guys are on here.
Okay.
I'm
Just Jen would.
kidding.
Is there
gonna
another
fail.
comment?
There is another. It would fail. If it was just me, it would be awful. There is another comment. This comment comes from Berinna, someone I know. And she said, I
Oh.
am someone from church and I am watching this. So also with the emoji that's like this.
Yeah. But I think we
Folks
established she doesn't know the
watching.
close talker you were referencing, right?
She does not know the close talker, but you know what I discovered today or yesterday? We've got another close talker.
Oh.
I just don't remember who it is, folks.
Well,
But
you probably don't
there's
need to be
two now
naming
at
names
church.
anyway.
Naming names. Yeah, that's true. We've got a few more comments here. This one's funny. It's Brandon Conrad who said, he spelled your wrong. Sorry. Just made me laugh. Your sports team is Cumberland College, Folkland, losing to Georgia Tech, Nateland,
Yep.
222-0. Well,
Yep.
not that bad, but couldn't pass up that callback. I gotta admit, don't remember this callback, so
Oh, seriously.
you're gonna have to refresh my memory.
Maybe he was on the sports episode. I can't remember, but it was.
I was
Uh,
elected by myself.
It's
Jody.
basically what it was. They Cumberland College played. Who was it? Who did they
Georgia
say they
Tech.
played? Georgia Tech. It was
Yeah.
like in the early 1900s, and Georgia Tech beat them by like a ton of points.
It was 228-0. Yeah.
Yeah, it might have been on the. It might have been around. No, it wasn't on the Jay Cutler episodes before that. But he talked about his
Sports
team beating
episode,
some other team
maybe?
terribly bad. Yeah, it said
Yeah, that-
sports initially,
Oh.
but
That's
I
what Matt
don't
said
know that it
earlier,
was
yeah.
sports. It might have been some other episode. I don't know. World records and accomplishments. I don't know.
I will say though, in response to that, part of what this podcast is supposed to be is like us kind of at times correcting some of the mistakes they make on their podcast. So I feel like we would get a couple points at least. I mean,
Yeah.
they're not
Yeah.
shutting us out, is all I'm saying. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's true.
Good. I
That
think
is true.
I think that Nate saying he's a big fan gets us a couple of points, right? He's
Yeah.
watched a clip. That's like 2 points, right?
Yeah.
he's
The
at least
basket.
watched a 5-minute video produced by Folkland Productions. So
Oh, yeah. That's
What
true.
if he did
The birthday
What
video.
if he was just like, ugh, you can just
He
scroll
didn't
through
watch
it
the
to the end. Just he's like 5 minutes. Ugh, nightmare. Okay,
Watched
we got,
on like double speed.
yeah,
that's
I just
what
want to get
Chad
this over with.
does.
No, I did it for the first time today, trying to just like catch up before right now. So
Nice.
Okay, we got one more comment from Lauren Imsweiler Watson. I hope that's how you say your name.
I think it is.
Part there. She said, "Love it. These are helping tide me over till Wednesdays. Thank y'all for doing this.
That's the
what
point.
it's all about, folks.
That's the
It's all
point
about,
right there.
folks. Yeah.
That's why we do what we do.
That's right.
All right.
So, how about Mike the Diva, huh? Having to sit in the special seat because he didn't like the way he looked.
Does it
Man.
mean I'm a big diva that I didn't think it was a big deal?
Nah, I didn't think it was a big deal either. I thought it was funny, but you know.
Well, you also are a diva, so I'd get
I am, you know. Like I don't want you to video me from behind because that's not where my face is. You know, just things like that make me a diva.
you were gonna say because you have a bald spot.
I'm thinning probably. I don't care. I'm not trying to hide it with a comb over or anything.
How tall are you, Matt?
I'm like 6 foot, basically.
That's what
I'm like-
every man says.
I'm like a 5'11" 3/4 or something. It drives me nuts. I'm not actually 6 foot, but to say I'm 5'11" 3/4 just sounds dumb. And once I put shoes on, I'm 6 foot anyway. So
What's funny is,
So-
Matt, you and I are going to walk up to Jen in Nashville here in a few weeks, and we're literally going to be the same exact height. And she'll be like, oh my gosh, they really are like 6 foot men out there somewhere.
Did you
but,
say height?
Yeah, we'll be the same exact
I
height.
mean height with a T, not a T.
Well, it's really height, technically, right?
Okay, yeah. You
No,
just
we're in
that's
the-
an
in the
Aaron.
heights.
You pulled it, Aaron.
are we gonna be looking up to Jen because she's secretly like 6'11" or something?
I'm 7 foot, y'all.
Yeah.
No, she walked to the
Just
door.
like
Are
and
you
she was very
though?
short.
over you.
Every woman says they're 7
I'll
foot.
be like-
though, so
Hello, peasants.
Every woman.
from up here.
yeah.
One time.
Um,
That happened one time.
So no, Graham K has a joke about that. I don't think I should
Does he?
spoil it, but
Yeah, don't spoil it.
he does. He talks about how every man says they're,
Oh, yeah.
like 6 foot, but he's actually very tall.
Yeah.
Mm.
But that's where I got the question from.
I like
So, yeah.
I like his episode. He was great on there too.
Oh
Pretty
yeah,
good
he's real
episode.
funny, real funny guy.
Seems real funny.
I've become a pretty big Mike fan though. Like just him and
Yeah.
Nate's like banters back and forth, like
Mhm.
Mhm.
just going back to the
Oh,
New
yeah.
York days a little bit. He's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Guys,
I like- Uh-huh.
I was just gonna say I don't know what it is about recording this, but I just have the sudden urge to eat something so bad.
Please,
No.
please
I'm not
don't.
going
No.
to.
Good
Like I have
night.
We will
discipline,
lose.
but it is
According to
like,
Hunter Taylor, we're gaining some serious steam with Nateland. And if you eat something again, we're gonna lose all
You
credibility.
didn't say that part because I'm watching these comments now because I knew
Right
you.
here.
He-
Well, no,
he
no,
just
no, no.
texted me.
I'm saying. He texted
He
Matt.
said
He's
we're
like,
gonna
Yeah.
get on Nateland is what he said.
maybe.
Okay.
So yeah.
I did like the
Fire.
part where they were talking about Brian, being a dad, and Aaron said, "I like to think that he's from the generation you're not in the room,
Yeah.
Yeah.
just out in the
You're
hall
smoking a cigar outside.
And
Yeah.
then because you were saying, Chad, you like the rants that or the interaction that Mike and Nate have, and then he was like, "With now it's a vape instead of a cigarette," and he's just in there
Yeah.
vaping.
Oh
you
my
know?
like-
God.
It's just water vapor.
Yeah, but like Nate goes on the slightest rant. I wouldn't even call it a rant, but it's like of all
Here's a
the
bit.
rants
It's a bit.
Nate goes on, why couldn't he rant on vapes more? I would have just loved to hear his thoughts on that.
No, when he was
Did you-
talking about the teen dad, it made me think of that show they used to have on MTV, like Teen Mom or something.
Yeah, he's got a
guys
joke
remember
about
that?
that too.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
a really old one. A really
It
old
wasn't
Yeah.
one.
MTV.
Teen Moms
It was
Have It Figured Out or something.
Was
It
it
was
not
some other-
MTV?
No, I think it was
Teen Mom,
I think it was on MTV.
I'm gonna look it up.
TLC.
It was
But-
it was like the 16-year-old mom, right?
Yeah, 16 and pregnant.
Yeah. I bet yours went through first, Matt, because of my internet delay.
Yeah, or just that I thought of it and said it quicker.
Well, I
One
don't
or the
know.
other. It was MTV.
Anyway,
Yeah.
but it
I
made
knew it
me
was a
think
show I
of,
never watched.
it made me think of the people on there, just like totally. They're the, it's a real classy place. Let's say that, and it just makes me think of the mama voice, guys. Like that's all I'm thinking of.
Mama.
They're like, can I just vape in here? Like that's what you would get. That's the kind of people you get.
I mean,
It's like, sir, you can't smoke cigars. This is 2022. Oh, sorry. Here's my Juul pod.
yeah.
Like,
That's what the kids are smoking nowadays, Chad.
I mean, well, never mind. I'm not gonna get into my my day job.
Oh, we'll get into that later. Don't worry.
When we talk about our sponsors,
I don't know about you guys, but I was very tired of hearing about dinosaurs by the time this is like 3 episodes ago or something, 2 episodes ago.
Mhm.
And when Nate's talking about the moon, do you remember that part? He's like, Seen that, boring, dumb.
Yeah.
Like that's how I felt about dinosaurs. Waste of my time.
But then that comment about Dusty looking like he just came from like uncovering fossils
He was a
Yes.
paleontologist.
hilarious. He goes, yeah. Then I realized they were just chicken bones. They're just really big chickens.
I love when they said about Mike V. They were like, people are just waiting on you to die for his fossil fuels.
He said,
Well, they're just waiting on you to kick the bucket.
Yeah, man, they're back and forth about the nighttime master's degree rolling.
"Oh my
Like-
gosh!"
It's like, Nate, it's not any less of a master's degree because it was at night. And Nate's like, okay.
I just love when he finally goes with it. Like he just lays down and takes it. Like that's who you want around are people who are just going to go along with the bit. You don't want someone who's taking it serious and arguing with you, you know?
Yeah.
People that are just going to be like pushed over like
I'm
by
sorry,
a dictator.
This
Hmm.
guy.
Huh?
It's weird how Jen's
You're calling Nate a dictator? You think that's a good move for a fan podcast? Come
Nope,
on,
I'm
Chad.
saying that people who think that that's a good
Come on.
quality in another person.
Submission? That's great. Everybody likes that.
Hmm.
You know?
Moving on.
The ability to get along.
So, did your parents make you finish all your food when you were kids?
Yeah.
This is actually a pretty traumatizing thing growing up.
No.
If you didn't finish your food at the dinner table, you were called a waster baster. And it was
Whoa. Put it
Yeah.
in reverse. Let's talk about this. A waster baster.
Did you just say
What
put
is
it
that?
in reverse?
PTSD.
Put it in
Let me tell
reverse.
you,
Wait. What does waster baster even mean?
it is a phrase that my mother came up with that has scarred me for life. And so now I don't only have to finish my own food, I have to finish all of my wife's food as well. Just out of like this slight bit of fear that someone's going to
that's-
pop up and call me a waster baster, and then I'm out.
But isn't that like just the joys of being married? You get to order your food and then you also get to finish your wife's food?
I'm sorry.
Joy or
all-
fear, Matt? It could be a fear for some people.
All I can think
I
of
don't
is
know, man.
Eric T. Peterson's comment on this episode when he brings up waster basters
Waster
and the
baster.
fact that Matt said put it in reverse.
Yeah.
Back that thing up, put it in reverse.
So
That's
when
all I can think of.
Well, that's
You know
not
that
what I was
video?
thinking of. I was thinking of let's rewind a little bit. Let's go back
know,
and talk
but
about
it's a
waster
video.
basters some more.
You think
Chad,
Eric's going to make
know
it 30 minutes into this thing? No shot.
Yeah, for sure.
I know the
You
Missy
it.
Elliott song you're talking about.
No,
That's not
I'm
what
not
I was
talking
referencing.
about that. I'm talking about back it up, Terry. Put it in reverse.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I was thinking of.
Terry. Back it up, Terry.
But you
That
So-
video, I cry every time I see this.
You
So
all I had to
said,
say-
know that. Oh my
All I had to say, yes, we had to finish our food at my house, or you were
Yeah.
publicly shamed and humiliated.
she didn't want to be called a waster baster.
Well, I'll tell you a traumatic story from my childhood that was
Okay.
actually more harmful than being called a hilarious nickname.
Yeah.
We would feed our dog our food when we didn't want to sit there and eat it all. So he ate Brussels sprouts, he ate peas, he ate it all. He was a waster baster, or the opposite of that. I can't say it. Waster baster feels like a bad word. I don't know why. You know what I mean? Like it seems
Oh,
dangerously close to
I
it.
know. I know
really bad
exactly
word.
what you're saying. So,
It's
Clueless.
lost on Matt, but I hope someone in the comments.
I hope they
what
don't.
They think it is.
Please don't.
So-
Good night.
the
This is
way
a
you
clean
said that, please
podcast
don't.
here.
I'm not the one who brought it
supposed to
up. All right.
You brought up
My
that
dog.
it sounds dirty. Oh,
we were all
Lee.
thinking it. Anyway.
My dog would eat the food, and one time we had Taco Bell for dinner, and I'm probably older at this time, maybe 12, 11. I'm a little sassy at this point in my life, and I fed the dog a little bit of my food because I like to reward him for eating all the bad stuff. I'd give him some good stuff every now and again, you know?
You
Am
killed the
I-
dog, didn't you?
And Taco Bell is
No,
what you're
I didn't
calling
kill
good
the
stuff.
dog. Yeah, to a dog.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
It is dog
and
food.
me,
It is dog food, actually. Actually, I don't think it is even. I think the standards for
anymore.
dog food
Not
is
anymore.
higher
It's
than
higher?
what the standards for. Seriously.
This is
Hey,
all just
big Taco
hearsay.
Bell fan right here. I'm a
Oh,
big Taco
yeah.
Bell fan.
Love Taco
Yeah.
Bell.
So,
So
I might have it for dinner.
The point was, I fed a little to my dog, and my stepfather noticed, and he said, "How many times do I have to tell you not to feed the dog from the table?" And my brain thought he said, "How many times have I told you?" So I said, "I don't know, 1,000,000." And I got smacked. And
then he
sent to my
punched you
room.
square in the face.
And he killed me. So
That's weird. So this
So,
is
yeah.
Gin's Ghost joining the podcast. Hey, Gin's
Dude.
Ghost.
You
How's it
should have
going?
just told. You should have just told him. Look, I'm not trying to be a waster baster.
stop saying that word. I can't do this anymore.
Watch. I guarantee you, Matt, since you have some children who are coming into the age where you can start correcting things in their life, they're going to like leave food on the plate and you're like, what are you going to do? You're going to be a waster
You're gonna
baster?
be
And
a
they'll be like, oh
waster
my
baster."
gosh. Why
Yeah,
would you say that? Yeah, it's traumatizing.
it'd be great.
You're a... No, I can't say it.
Okay.
Oh, I can't say it. Sherbert told me to use my platform wisely, so I cannot say it, and we're gonna have to move on.
Thank you,
So,
Sherbert.
Dusty.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny.
Look
when
who's
he-
watching.
Who?
Mhm.
Who's watching?
Behind Chad.
Jesus? Is that
Yeah.
you? I
Yeah.
thought you were
Mama.
for sure.
You said Jesus.
Jesus?
Like, Mama.
Okay. I thought it was funny when Dusty said, "I don't think there's a conspiracy behind gas prices. I think they just charge the amount they charge." And then 2 seconds later, it had escalated to, "The museums are to blame for gas prices. I'm anti-museum."
Yeah.
It was like,
Yeah, because
Okay.
they're taking the dinosaur bones and not turning them into
Yeah.
fossil fuel.
Exactly. That's what they're
Selfish.
doing.
I
Big time.
also think Mike V had an unnecessary agenda against pilots that I didn't understand.
That's a biased opinion,
Oh.
but continue.
Just
Now
saying.
it was pointed out that, and they might talk about it next week, but I don't know. They had this whole conversation about the pilot having to warn the Jewish people on the plane.
Oh
They're about to
my,
fly
down.
over a swastika.
oh my gosh.
The swastika?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
you
they're
butchered
like,
that
put
word,
the blinds
but-
down. And then he
It's probably
says,
better that he doesn't know how to pronounce it. Like, it's probably better that he doesn't have the correct pronunciation of that word.
but then after that, they go.
It's like Worcestershire sauce. He's talking about like Worcestershire sauce.
Yeah, I just say Worcestershire. But then he
Worcestershire.
goes into a Solo Stove ad.
Yeah, right after.
He's reading
Yeah,
an ad about a furnace right after we're gonna.
it's
It
just so
is.
funny that he literally says, he goes, oh man, what ad wants to follow that conversation up?
And then that's,
All right, Solo
Athletic
Stove, and I was
Greens,
like,
come on.
I was
It's
like, dude,
kind of like-
anything
There was very
but Solo Stove.
comedic timing. Also, like when he said, Mike Vecchione was talking about the dinner table conversation. He was
Yeah.
like, really opened the door with that one. He's like, you did. And he said, all right, talk space, everybody. And
yeah.
no one noticed. It just
No,
read
such a
over.
such a small moment. So great though.
I think that's how good advertising is done. Is it's like it's not even like you stop for an ad spot. You just work the ad spots into your conversation or into the topics on the show.
Yeah, like kind of how like Aaron.
Speaking of the
reads an ad.
Holocaust, Solo Stove, you're like, oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
Oh my gosh. No.
I don't think they would appreciate that.
No, but
That's
the
what
way
they'll
Aaron
do.
reads his ads is very fluid like that. I think it's great. In fact, that was probably one of my funniest parts was whenever he's reading the ad talking about Babbel and he says, you buy 3 months, they'll give you another 3 months free. And he points at Dusty, who's just like staring off into space, and then something goes flitting by. I don't know what he's looking at. And then he's like points at Dusty, and Dusty's like, don't call him in, don't call on me.
Yeah, I remember that. I forgot what he was expecting him to say.
Expecting him to say, you buy 3 months, they give you 3 months free, and that's 6 months. But he didn't. He wasn't paying
see.
attention.
I would have been like, what? Too.
Yeah, because he
I'd be
just
like,
wasn't
what do you
paying
want?
attention.
That's it's confusing.
And then he was like, I zoned out because I was thinking about learning Spanish.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Don't talk about learning Spanish.
I wasn't. That was Dusty. Dusty talked about it.
I failed Spanish probably 3 times.
That's no
or
bueno.
more. I had to take it to graduate,
Mhm.
and I talked the professor into passing me, and that is how I passed. And I talked in
Nice.
English. I did not use Spanish.
You weren't even like, it's no bueno if I don't passe this test.
El profesoro no más el paso mío. Mucho dinero.
And he was like, de nada.
No,
I don't know Spanish either. I never
He
took it.
tried to argue, but I went above him, went above his head. So
That's
that's
good.
how you get it done.
You went above his head by using English? That's a little derogative. Come on, Jen.
No,
That's
I
one
went
way to
above
do
his
Golly.
Head in the hierarchy.
Oh,
It's a big word. Hierarchy.
yeah.
I want to know. Here's my big question for Fad Diets and Exercise. That's the name of it, right? No, Diets
Yep.
and Exercise.
Fat
How
diets.
do you do a whole episode on it and not mention the weight loss challenge one time?
Yeah. Come on.
Nothing.
I mean, I kind of thought this was going to be the thing. Nate's back off the road. He's been
Right.
exercising with his barber.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nada. Do you guys think,
It was great.
how much do you want to bet? You want to make a little wager, folks? It can be a friendly wager. We don't have to use money. I'm not a gambling gal. But
You
I
should
bet
bet tacos.
Oh, yeah. We should
Yes,
do a
Jen.
taco eating challenge.
Oh, I
We
could
could.
crush. I would crush.
You probably would. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. But how many do you think you'd eat?
Probably 36.
30.
This is literally the
Six.
same exact
Yes.
conversation.
No, I'm joking. I wouldn't eat
wasn't even
36.
trying to have this
I
conversation.
could, if I really buckled down, I could eat one of those grande meal, like where you get the 10 tacos,
10.
whatever it is. I could maybe finish that crunchy. I would do
could that.
crunchy. Yeah, I don't know
could
that
do
I
that.
could. I think if
I
it
could
was,
do-
I don't
could
know
do
that
more
you
than
could. I
I
doubt
could.
you could.
No, I could.
All right, let's do it then.
Yeah.
When we're in Nashville,
Nashville.
we'll
Oh,
go
no.
to Waffle House and eat some Taco Bell.
What?
We just sneak it in. They won't care. It's Waffle House.
Doesn't make sense.
I know. It doesn't have to.
That
We
is
like
true,
Waffle
though.
House. I'm
They,
trying to accommodate.
Dude, I do love Waffle House.
All right.
Now, if we did a waffle eating contest,
Listen,
I would
we didn't
probably
even-
lose
Oh,
because I'm not good at that.
I would too.
I
They're
just fill up
just
too
so-
quick.
So full of.
You think so?
They're just they just swell up. In
Yeah,
your stomach.
exactly.
It's like when Nate talks about he eats French toast or pancakes or something. He's like, I love them and they are terrible for me. Like he's like, I just love them. Anyway, I was gonna say, how much do you want to bet they don't even bring up this weight loss challenge ever again unless someone comments on it?
You don't think so?
Yeah, they might not.
Remember when Nate was like had a kick on quitting stuff for like a
You mean-
minute?
You mean every week on the podcast?
No, it was like a thing a long time ago. He was like about quitting stuff, and he was like, comment in what you're quitting.
Oh.
We'll hold each other accountable. And then like he was
A
going to
week
quit
later,
sugar.
He
Was
was
one
back
of them.
on sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had some people. I'm listening back through all the episodes, and a couple weeks later, they did read about somebody that said, "Hey, I just needed this. I'm quitting this, and all this." And Nate's like, "Oh, that's great. Yeah, I'm back on sugar. I was back on sugar like 3 days after that episode, but yeah, that's where I'm at."
I can't tell, Chad, if Rusty's comment is about us or about Nateland.
It's yes. I think the answer is yes.
should read
Yeah,
it.
Russ's
What is
journey
his
says
comment?
he said you all should know that no matter the title of any Nateland, they will cover that subject anywhere between 1 to 39.8%.
Yeah.
I think it's applicable for both parties.
For both. Yeah,
Probably so.
for both.
You know what? I thought, speaking of eating and stuff, I thought was really funny from this past episode was when Aaron was like, "That's a conspiracy. McDonald's wants to get you fat so they can use your bones so there's more oil in the future. And then Nate
Well-
goes, that seems ridiculous.
No, he said
Like, he
oil
just-
oil companies, not McDonald's necessarily. Oil companies want Americans to be fatter.
Why
Yeah.
have you brought McDonald's into it?
I don't know.
Maybe subconsciously.
Maybe they're
Oil
Maybe-
companies aren't getting you fat. Like they got
maybe
nothing
oil
to do-
companies are providing the grease for McDonald's fries. I don't know.
It's true. Maybe.
That doesn't
Where
seem
does
at
that grease
all
come from?
remotely possible because oil would kill you.
What do you think they
If an-
fry the
I'm
fries
talking
in?
about oil companies like gasoline, not oil companies like Crisco.
Where do you think Crisco gets their oil from, Jen?
Not from
Not from
it's all
ExxonMobil.
byproducts of stuff. It's all byproducts of all that. You don't think so?
what? No.
Yeah,
Vegetable
they're
oil?
all. Oh yeah,
You're
they're all
trying
in
to convince me of
cahoots.
something stupid right now. I know what you're doing. I'm not. I'm
They're
not
all in
that-
cahoots, Jen. It's all big
Not
pharma.
that dumb.
It's all big.
It's all big pharma. Didn't he say that in this past episode?
Probably.
If he didn't, he should have.
Jody Ray would like you to know you're so wrong. LOL.
Yeah. Matt, you are so wrong.
I don't think I need her to tell me that I'm wrong, but thank you, Jody.
I think you need somebody, buddy. I think you need
Yeah.
somebody taking you down a couple pegs.
Okay.
Well,
volunteer.
and then Hunter does say that oil is oil. So, I guess if
Oil
you're
is
carting some
oil.
oil, just pour some good old
Oil's
vegetable oil down
baby. You know what I'm saying?
down the pipe.
Yeah.
So our diet and exercise routines.
Yeah.
I have a problem
Mhm.
that I would like to blame on Nateland. You see, so when I moved here to the great state of Georgia, I lost some weight because I started eating real healthy because health problems,
So all those peaches are good for you.
They
I
are.
haven't had one peach since I moved here, actually.
What is wrong with you?
If we knew the answer to that, then I don't think
Yeah,
this
that's
podcast
true.
would be as funny.
Yeah,
Um,
that's true.
Anyway, at the show, when was it? Saturday? I ate
Saturday.
a whole box of Sour Patch Kids.
Nice.
I don't eat candy.
Okay.
I don't
That
eat
you can
candy.
blame on Nateland. That you can blame on Nateland
Well,
for sure.
I blame it
Yeah.
on for my birthday. Someone thought it was a great idea to give me Sour Patch Kids as a Nateland related present, right? So then I ate them on this podcast to give the spirit of things, and that was a problem. And now I'm going to the show, and I didn't have dinner, so I'm eating Sour Patch Kids. But did you know if you mix Sour Patch Kids and popcorn together, it's pretty good? That's what I gotta say about my diet. Right
Jen,
now.
I'm gonna be
I
honest
don't
with
think
you.
I would ever try that.
Those are two things that I would never even think about mixing together.
Delicious. Well, that's what makes
I don't think so.
me smart.
I mean, I've done like chocolate and like M&Ms and
That's good.
popcorn and stuff.
Have you tried a
that's okay,
pickle
but
and popcorn?
No.
That
I've had dill pickle pop like with the powder seasoning, dill pickle flavored popcorn.
what?
Yeah, you like the fundraisers. You got to support your niece's band or whatever. You buy crap. They always have stuff.
I'm shocked
I-
right now that Jen was not aware of like the powdered flavoring for pickled popcorn, yet
Yeah.
she's mixing together Sour Patch
Pickle.
Kids
Yeah,
and popcorn.
or
Well,
even a
literally,
pickle.
You take a bite of a pickle and then a handful of popcorn. It is
That sounds
magic.
awful.
So good.
I think that
Gosh,
the
that sounds awful.
size of a bite of a pickle I take is much different than what you take. I don't have room for popcorn.
I bet it is.
I don't have room for you're just
I bet it
good
is.
night,
buddy.
Jen.
Jen.
Golly.
What
Jen,
are
you
you
are-
thinking I'm saying?
Oh,
man.
come on. Anyway, how about the grapefruit diet? Let's discuss that since we're on fruits.
Disgusting, boring, seen it.
Is a
next.
pickle a fruit? I don't think a pickle is a fruit, is it?
No,
It
I
has
said
seeds.
foods. No,
It's
it's
cucumber.
not a fruit.
Oh, it
though.
was a cucumber. Now it's
It's just a
um,
pickled cucumber.
yeah.
It's still a cucumber.
now-
It's just been pickled.
Oh my god, I never thought about that. A pickle is a pickled. That's why they call it a pickle.
Yeah.
We
Pickled beets. You can have
we've
pickled
gotten ourselves
corn.
into quite
pickled
a pickle
carrots.
here.
Pickled jalapenos?
That's true. What? Yeah, pickled jalapenos. Did
Those
you
are
ever go to El Chico and get their relish? You know El Chico Mexican restaurant? You ever go to those? They used to have a
I don't think they have
relish. It wasn't on
No.
menu. I don't think they had. I don't know where one is now. They might be out of business. But
Where
they
I'm
had a
from, we
relish that was onions, carrots, and jalapenos all pickled together. It was delicious. Eat that.
That
That
does
sounds
sound
awful.
good.
Ooh.
I don't like pickles
Sounds
to begin
amazing.
with, so
No, it's not.
Ugh.
It doesn't taste like a dill pickle though.
What's your
It's like a
problem,
pickled
Chad?
jalapeno, but with carrots and onions.
Oh, we got to get off pickles, guys. Okay, people are.
All right.
yeah. Moving on.
Grapefruit diet. They questioned the grapefruit diet thing.
Wait, y'all didn't talk about your diets and exercise.
Oh,
All right, go ahead, Chad.
Jody, I'm with you, Jody. I got you. I don't. So like, I played baseball in college and stuff.
She's
So-
so
I
laughing
just
at
keep
this.
laughing, so I keep laughing.
I'm
I'm
laughing
sorry.
at you. God, not.
Hey, y'all stop. You asked me a question. I'm trying to answer the
Yeah.
question. Okay.
Sorry. Go ahead.
So I was blessed to play baseball in college, and so like I had to kind of form a pretty consistent workout routine back then. Since graduating, it has definitely changed a lot, and I've learned that I cannot eat the way that I did in college while I was
Yeah.
working out like I was. So I will say, summer of 2020, I did the Carnivore Diet for 3
Mhm.
months. So like I only ate meat for 90 days. And
good.
thoroughly enjoyed it. I actually really enjoyed
Yeah.
that because I'm the kind of person where it's like, hey, if you give me like an inch, I'm gonna take 10 miles.
Same.
If you're like, hey, you can have a little bit of rice, and I'll be like, sweet, I can have an entire bowl of rice.
Yeah.
And so it was easy for me on the
Reasonable.
carnivore diet because it was like, hey, you can eat meat, and that's
all
it.
the time.
And
Did
so
you
I
eat a
took
lot of bacon?
supplements. I ate a lot of steak and shrimp. Honestly,
Did
It
you ever
was
have
really
pocket
good.
bacon?
No.
Did you ever
Never do the
lay-
pocket bacon? Oh,
did
man.
you ever
it's the
lay
best.
6 strips of bacon on your George Foreman grill before you went to sleep and then wake
Yeah,
up?
but then I
just in
stepped
time
on
to
it when
turn
I woke up in
on?
the morning.
Look,
I
Chad,
wasn't
he doesn't have a
done, though.
butler. He doesn't have a butler, so he can't afford. So he has to get the George Foreman.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't understand
Yeah.
why that's not reasonable to everybody.
I mean,
I'd love the smell of
I
bacon in
wouldn't-
the morning. Okay, so
I wouldn't put it on the floor. That's all I'm saying. Come on, Michael Scott.
All right, to be
kind of like beginning of this, I kind of committed to get back into a more consistent workout routine and stuff. So got a baby coming, so I got to get in shape so I can be alive for all the baby stuff. And so
get it together.
inspirational. Yeah,
Chad.
my life's
We've
fun.
all been waiting for this. Honestly, we were going to pull you aside and have a chat, but we're glad to see that you're taking the initiative. So.
Every year, it's the
job.
little Debbie Christmas trees that get me every
Oh
Christmas.
man, did you
What
have
is
the
this?
little
So
Debbie
good.
Christmas tree ice cream? You know,
Yes.
little Debbie did the ice. Yeah, it was not
know
bad.
a-
It was
a
okay.
girl
It could have
who,
been better.
There's a girl.
Overdosed on little
from-
Debbie Christmas trees.
No, that's
Oh.
dark. From back home, who literally would buy them up, just buy them out of like the stores. Like if you wanted to know what to get her, that's what you got her. She literally posts about it. Like, here's a picture of my little Debbie. Like she is in love with them, loves them so much. I am not one of those people.
Does she have diabetes?
She does not. She's very thin, very very thin. I'm like, you go, girl. You eat those
Yeah,
cakes.
good
You know
for
what I'm
her.
saying? So yeah, I mentioned eating healthy.
It's gonna,
I
is she thin because of AIDS?
What?
did someone comment that, or is that your?
It's a reference to the podcast.
A-Y-D-S.
Yeah,
Come
A-Y-D-S,
on.
Jen.
Come on.
I
Come
do
on,
remember
Jen.
That briefly.
Yeah.
I thought their marketing slogan should be like right before they said it. Someone said AIDS, the other kind, but I thought their slogan should be AIDS, the good kind.
Yeah, the good kind.
The good kind.
No, instead they folded. They
I
went
love
under,
it.
so,
I'm loving these live comments, man. That's great.
yeah.
That wasn't a live comment. That was Chad's brain.
No,
No,
he's
I
talking
thought they
about
said somebody commented that just now.
No,
Didn't
I
you?
asked. if someone
No.
did.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh my
That was
God,
me.
no.
That's
Jody
so-
Ray said,
that was
I
girls.
had AIDS when I was a kid. My mom had them.
AYDS. AYDS.
My mom had them and would let me have them as a snack. I thought they were just chocolate. Why did my mom let me eat those? Talk
Jody,
space, everybody.
I don't know.
Man.
It's a good question.
That's great. Oh,
Ew, I hate Tootsie Rolls. She said they tasted like Tootsie Rolls.
No.
All right.
AIDS tastes like Tootsie Rolls. Now we know.
All right.
And Jin's out. Jin's out.
I'm
Jody
trying
does
So-
want to clarify
I'm
that she
trying to
was
remember
not
what-
fat for the record.
Thanks, Jody. I
This
don't think
is
that was in any of our
hilarious.
thoughts, but that's great.
Guys, we have so much ground to cover in like.
All right, let
10
me
minutes. Let's move on.
talk about this real quick. So
No, I never got to weigh in.
I thought you
on
were just on your
It's-
way. I thought you were doing it already. Go ahead, weigh in on your whatever you're saying.
It's whatever. Just go. You go. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. So Aaron said, talking about the grapefruit diet, they were like, "Is it called the grapefruit diet?" And Aaron said, "That's the way Brian wrote it down." And that's basically Brian's version of according to this.
According to this, yeah.
Yeah.
I was
I
like,
thought that too.
that's so great.
He said according to this once or twice. I remember.
I think he
it.
He
did.
did. He
But
did.
I liked that's the way Brian wrote it down. I thought that was so much better.
So I was just gonna say about
Yeah.
diet and exercise because Matt doesn't want to share. Like I said, I ate healthy. So really, when I moved here, I ate like just vegetables and fruit
Oh,
for a long period of time.
It's very
And,
opposite of my last story.
yeah.
very opposite of the carnivore diet.
At least y'all balance each other out. You know.
Herbivore
That's what
diet.
family does. 7 cousins right there.
Pound it, pound it, pound it.
Not you, Matt. Not
oh.
you.
Somebody,
Oh.
Sherbert, if you're watching, she asked if I pounded. Yeah, not you, Matt. She asked if I pounded Nate, like fist bumped.
Yeah.
Nate, and so I was like,
That didn't
I
need a
said, "Oh,
clarification. It did not need a clarification.
Golly.
Good night.
Jesus
did
is
you-
watching,
Why
Chad.
did you bring that up, Chad? You could have just smoothed past
You were
it.
the.
Just could have kept driving, but you had to stop and park and take pictures and then
You
post it on
could-
Facebook for everybody
Anyway.
to see. We
Anyway.
did not fist bump. Is all I wanted to tell her. I forgot. Matt
Should've said
actually
that.
dared me.
I told you. I said you need to walk in the room just
Yeah.
fist bumping
You just watch
everyone.
it.
Travis on
Oh.
tour and everybody.
I-
Fist bumping
I
them
know, I
all.
forgot. And I did not see Nate's son. I couldn't even find him. I
Yeah.
was
Chase.
gonna walk by and say,
Son.
Chase,
Hey,
oh, Nate's
Hey,
son,
well,
you know.
let's not mention that because I'm sure he's watching this.
Who?
Chase, I'm sure he's watching this podcast, so we're not supposed to mention that. You know, he's
Yeah.
Nate's
I'm
son.
sure he's watching this. That's a
Yeah,
big
quick.
stretch.
Quit telling everybody.
Yeah.
Oh my! Moving on. What? Did you guys grow up poor? I grew up poor.
Yeah. I
grew up
mean,
very poor.
we
We ate red beans and rice for dinner.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't remember anything else but spaghetti, red beans and rice, and Spam or Vienna sausages. Like that's where we're coming from. Now you know why I eat vegetables because we never had them.
Yeah.
But
Couldn't afford vegetables. Yeah.
couldn't afford them, folks. We ate a lot of pecans because we had a pecan tree. So I hate pecans. I hate red
Mm.
beans and rice. Spaghetti. It's got to be really bougie for me to enjoy it. I was scarred for life.
so like Olive Garden is a big treat for you. Like I'm trying to say, like Olive Garden's really bougie or something.
The
Hey,
only
I'll
response I
say-
could think of was your mom, so I said nothing.
My wife and I went to Olive Garden a few weeks ago,
Mhm.
and I'm like wearing like sweats and like a t-shirt and like a backwards hat with like some Nikes on, and I was like, man, like, isn't it? There was like a fancy restaurant, and she's like, it still is a fancy restaurant, and I was
You
like,
just don't know how to
oh.
dress.
it's like my bad. It was like a Saturday. I mean,
I
get
will
dressed
say
up
this.
for my noon lunch at Olive Garden, some endless breadsticks and soup.
You'd be like more dressed up than the waiters.
You're dressed for like if it's never ending
Is that the
pasta
rule?
bowl season, the stretchy pants and everything.
Is that the rule, Jen? That for a restaurant, you should be dressed nicer than the wait staff?
Gotta be
Oh,
nicer
I-
than the peasants.
I don't think
Dude, I don't
that's
know,
true.
man. Olive Garden's,
I'm not wearing a tie to Olive Garden.
Yeah, they're decked out there at Olive Garden. They've got the slacks and the dress shirt.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Since I was a kid, my stepmom always said I had a refined palate. Those are the literal words she used.
Means you're a picky eater.
Expensive stuff. Or that, yeah.
That sounds like a little bit better environment to grow up in than her calling you a waster baster.
I was verbally abused.
Don't bring this up again. I cannot hold my comment back one more time. If you bring it up again, it's coming out.
No, it's not, Jen.
Those
you can do it. Look,
coming out.
Chad, move over. Jesus is watching you. All right, come on. Keep it.
I'm glad I rearranged my desk so I have Jesus behind me at all times.
All right, wrestling stories. You guys remember that? Let's move on.
Yeah, they talked about wrestling for so long, and it was at least 10 minutes on trying to decide whether those guys are made from a different, what is it, cut of fabric, or they're wired differently. That's what they said.
Cut from a different
Are they? So would you say they're wired differently? It's like, no, I don't think so. And then he proceeds to describe that they're wired differently.
It was way
such a long conversation.
Serious. I don't care to know about Mike Vecchione rolling around with other guys on the ground.
I think it's hilarious.
I've never wanted to know that. Nor I think wrestling is the most stupid thing ever.
Really?
Interesting.
I do. Like I said,
you can't name anything stupider.
I can't. I was going to say you, but
yeah, because you just said stupider, which is a word.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't watch it without. Do you see how immature I am on this in this conversation? I cannot watch the sport of wrestling and what they do there without dying laughing. It's not real. Like
we're not talking about WWF or WWE or whatever it's called now.
It's WWF.
It's wrestling before WWE.
I knew it was Did you just say wrestling?
Yeah, because that's wrestling. We're not talking about that. We're talking about wrestling, like
oh my gosh,
college or high school wrestling.
Yeah, because did Mike wrestle at Penn State?
Yeah, for a year, he said.
Yeah.
So
checked out. Sorry.
Did you ever do any like Slim Fast programs or Jenny Craig or any of that?
We're talking about wrestling now.
Oh, I thought we were off. You couldn't even talk. Watch it. You think it's done? I thought we were done with it.
4 points. 4 points on wrestling.
Well, Jody wants you to know that in Iowa, wrestling is a big deal. She hates it. More cute boys' ears have been destroyed by wrestling.
That's what I want to talk about. Ears.
Let's talk about ears.
Did Aaron say he talked about some guy and he's like, he's got cauliflower ears?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
That's what Jody's referencing. So like when there's like been a lot of pressure applied to your ear from like maybe being like dragged on a mat or like being put into a headlock, like your ear starts to like deform a bit. Yeah. I don't know if cauliflower ear is actually like a deformity or not, but it's usually produced by wrestling.
Yeah. I don't think it's probably wearing that headgear, the Princess Leia headgear, you know. I think that just all that factors into it.
How does headgear go, Matt?
You look like Princess Leia, you know.
Matt, can you put your headgear on real quick? Chad, I've just been meaning to talk to you about this guy.
I have headphones in, moron. Golly.
Hey.
Idiot.
Just call me a moron.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to talk to
you. Idiot.
Do you know what the opposite of less on is?
Your face. I'd like to see less of that.
She got you there. She did get you there.
Hold on, the phone's ringing. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard it. Can you just pick it up and hang it up?
Hello, Folkland. This is Jen.
Gosh. I thought you were really answering the phone.
No, it rang in my office, but we're moving on.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, my boss comes in 20 seconds later. Jen, we're going to have to let you go.
Well, can I keep the Wi-Fi in?
Speaking of our jobs being involved in Folkland, are we going to tell the public?
Nope.
We know you've all been wondering.
That's not true.
What Chad's church is? Secret church is.
I thought he said no, Jen. Golly.
Secret church.
There, just mute
We
her.
lost her. Did you mute her? That's awesome. That is so great.
What?
He
You
muted
muted
you.
me.
He did.
Anywho,
It's like, sick. Stop it.
we're not going to talk about
Dr.
it now?
Evil. No, he said
It's
no.
not, no.
You just tell them what you did. It's funny.
Oh,
have
yeah.
to tell
So
my
when I
name.
was, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. When I was Hunter, gosh, dad gummit, we're so popular here
Sorry,
at
it's
the
me
church I
calling.
work
I'll
at.
hang up.
Hunter did say that the best thing ever was me muting you, Jen. So we're moving on from that.
Hashtag
So-
Team Matt.
I'm blessed to be allowed to use our editing software here at the church I work at, and
Blessed.
I was using it for editing Nate's birthday video together, and I use our streaming computer at the church to do that. And I accidentally stayed logged into the Folkland YouTube channel, and we started a live stream for Sunday morning yesterday, and it accidentally posted to
To Folkland.
Folkland. So
How
there
many
used to be-
subscribers do we have?
almost 60, I think, or maybe over 60 now.
Oh, Chad, that was Hunter calling into the show, he said.
Yeah, I saw that.
Had a good
Which we
call
actually
into
have
the
that
show.
ability, Hunter. If you ever want to be a guest,
Hunter,
there's
you're
a
on the line.
form.
Go ahead
Yeah.
with your question.
You can fill out the
Anyway.
form to apply.
That was
That was
Hunter.
the
That was
most
Hunter. That wasn't me.
immature
That was
thing you've ever
that was
done.
Hunter.
All
and
right,
that's pushing
we're
it.
yeah,
That's
Yeah.
Push it, though.
It is. It's
that was pretty fun.
you're a regular
So anyway-
waster baster.
Yeah, wasting Wi-Fi over there, live streaming.
Wasted space baster.
So you guys ever dance to Richard Simmons sweating to the oldies?
We are not ancient dinosaurs, so no, we did not.
Well, sorry.
Well, dinosaurs are all dead, Jen. So
Or did they ever exist?
Did you ever do
I'm
jazzercise,
leaning
Jen?
towards no.
No, that's a no. I'm more of the
You didn't do
Zumba
jazzercise?
generation.
Zumba.
Matthew.
Okay. Have you ever seen jazzercise, like videos? Have you seen Prancercise, the Prancercise lady?
Is it like
Oh.
a Christmas thing?
No. YouTube Prancercise. Do
Was
yourself
Dancer
a
on
favor.
Dasher.
I will.
Cupid?
I will put the video in
Cupid.
the comments. I will link the video in the comments. It
Please,
is.
no one click on it.
It's greatness. You're welcome, people. You're welcome, folks.
You're starting to sound a lot
Please
like
don't.
me, Matt.
I'm guessing that the worship at Jen's church is like Jeezercise, instead of like
Did
just
you pre-write that?
jazzercise, they're like-
Did you
my
pre-write it?
gosh.
You pre-wrote that.
I
didn't you?
didn't. No, that's just how
Matt, tell the
Jeezercise
truth.
works. That's how you
Tell
do
the
it.
truth.
You're dancing around, praising.
Yeah, we're not allowed to do stuff like that.
Oh, really?
I'm just kidding. No one's ever brought it up.
Oh, okay.
No one's ever called it Jeezer size. I can tell you that.
Did you ever throw cereal away in the toilet?
The size of this conversation is getting out of
Yeah.
control.
Let's get back to the podcast.
I'm trying to. I'm asking if you threw cereal away in the toilet.
Oh man, I've heard about that.
Yeah.
I know
I've
one of our best friends.
What does heard about that mean?
Yeah, I know. Like,
Why-
I was at the
As
water
in-
cooler and Stacy
as
was
in,
telling me
I've-
this past
I've
weekend
had-
she threw away some cereal.
I've had friends whose parents like would do that to them. I've never witnessed it. I've never been
Yeah.
a part of it. But I do have some friends here in town who like they are very anti like processed sugars and stuff.
yeah.
And so
Yeah.
in other words, they hate their children.
I'd
And
like
so
you to
their
know
kids-
we just lost a viewer and I blame
Aw.
Matt's Jeezer-size joke.
You think
Go
so?
ahead, Chad.
So anyway, I've never witnessed it firsthand, but it may be a possibility one day. Not at my house, but someone else's.
So I thought that
I don't think I ever
the
did.
point of throwing cereal in the toilet was because they didn't have a garbage disposal.
Yeah.
But Chad, you're saying people threw it in there because there was a sugar in it?
Because they wanted to literally there was a friend, their parents like they would always hound them at Walmart or wherever, the grocery store, Brookshire's, shout out to our sponsors, and and like they would always hound them to buy them, Cinnamon Toast Crunch or Frosted Flakes or whatever. So one time they bought the cereal for him. They literally went home, opened the box, and poured it into the toilet and flushed all the cereal down the toilet. And the kids never asked for cereal again.
Wow. I would
be like, you bunch of idiots. You just wasted your money.
Yeah.
I'm not going to stop asking now.
100% I would have continued to
ask you even more.
Jody was saying, though, that she's only heard of Cheerios in the toilet when using them as targets when potty training boys. Yeah.
I've heard of that. We don't do that, but I've heard of that.
Yeah, she said that she'll say no more. So
I still put Cheerios in the toilet.
Okay. She needs to practice her aim, I guess. I don't know. Here's a controversial statement that I
more
stand
controversial
behind.
than that right there. That was pretty controversial.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to move on, Chad.
Thanks.
Don't be a waster, man.
Okay.
I told you if you say it again.
You brought it up already, so I don't want to hear
Chad's
it.
a master waster-baster.
Oh my gosh.
That's where you were going. Wait, this whole time, that's where you were going with this?
Yeah.
Yeah, what did you think?
I thought baster was pretty close to another bad word that started with a B, but
I don't even know where this is going now. All right.
It is what it
so
is.
Here's my thing.
I don't either.
And I stand behind this. Bag cereal is superior to name brand cereal because it's resealable.
It's all a bunch of trash.
It's all the same, but bag cereal, at least you can reseal it.
Even Magic Spoon isn't healthy cereal.
Well, there's low carb at least. I want to, but I have not yet.
I have been warned not to have it because it's got a lot of processed and preservatives and stuff in it. So it's not actually healthy.
I'm okay with preservatives.
Wow.
I want to live longer.
Jody Ray, let me just say, in the time span of 10 minutes, asked if I'm a holy roller and then says she expected worse out of me. So I don't really know what kind of answer
you've covered the whole spectrum, Jen. From one end to the other, you've covered the whole thing.
Yeah.
You're the best and the worst in this podcast. That's right.
So I like when they talked about breakfast and never mentioned Brian one time.
R.I.P. Brian might never.
I feel like this episode, I was talking about this with my friend before the meet and greet on Saturday. I was so surprised how much I missed Brian. Like, the episode, it wasn't Nateland without him. Like, he's like the core of.
He's the glue. He's the glue, holds it all together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah, man.
He was missed. He had to go be a time traveler and have a kid.
I'd like to say, because he couldn't, because he's too old. Is that what you're saying?
No, time traveler. Time traveler.
Was that after?
That wasn't a good
kid though.
Just trying to get us back into talking about stuff from this episode.
Brian, if you're watching this, we say it's time to come back. It's not like you had the baby.
It's time to come back, Brian.
It's time to come back.
I'll be honest on that subject. I asked my wife a few weeks ago, out of respect, like, hey, baby, we're about to have a child. Like, what are your expectations for me those weeks? Like, never had it before. I don't know what to expect. She's like, well, I expect you to be home for like at least a few weeks. And I was like, for what? And she was like, to help with the baby. I was like, does it take two of us to do that? And she's like, well, I would like to sleep at some point. And I was like, oh yeah. So how long you thinking? She's like, well, at least 2 weeks. And I was like, let me talk to my boss. She goes, call him right now. So I called him and his wife. And I was like, hey, what's this whole thing about taking? He's like, Chad, you're gonna take some time off, be at home. And I was like, this is weird. Like, I didn't have the baby. Like, why am I missing time?
Are you going to be in the room, Chad?
For the record, I love my job. If you can't tell,
he's going to be like,
Chad's going to be at Waffle House.
Why am I missing work for this?
There's no Waffle House in the town.
It doesn't matter.
He's going to be like,
are you having the baby in your town?
No, we're actually driving north about 45 minutes to.
And there's no Waffle House there?
You guys don't have.
There's an IHOP, unfortunately.
Town.
Oh. IHOP's better than Waffle House.
First of all, call it Hicktown one more time. I swear.
He said, "I'll swear."
I swear I'll come to this computer right here, man. Tell you what.
He's looking like he's going to take you to the train station over here.
Well, you Hicks just don't know how computers work, I guess.
I don't think Jim
Yeah.
gets the reference.
Because we're the ones that have had so much trouble with our internet and stuff. You're right.
Yeah.
That's a good one, folks.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's hilarious though, Chad, for real.
Yeah.
I remember my pastor saying, like, to some friends who had a baby, I mean, he had like unreal expectations of her, like she should be cleaning the house, doing all this stuff.
Oh my gosh.
And my pastor was like, I mean, a human just came out of her. I think she might need a couple days to, relax. So, it's a big deal what you're gonna go through. And I guess, Brian, we owe you an apology for being so cavalier.
Yeah.
Take
Well,
your time, Brian.
and what's funny is Hunter and Jody just posted like 2 comments that kind of go together. Hunter said that I'm going to be in the corner with my vape pen, and then Jody said that I'm going to be like Brian day 2 of having a baby, and he's telling his wife he's going to go out for cigs, and he doesn't even smoke.
I loved Brian's video when Ruth is like coming out of the house.
Yeah.
And he's
Get my neck pillow.
Get moving. Let's go.
Man, that feels like it was so long ago now.
I commented on that. It was pretty funny. Did you see it?
A week ago.
Maybe. What'd you say?
I said, you're a nightmare to travel with, Brian.
Oh, that's funny. That is good. I like it.
You get it.
Yeah. So, yeah, big week, by the way.
Jim.
We didn't talk. We
what?
did talk about, you said quit beating a dead horse.
Fair.
Just dead horse reference, I think.
This podcast has really helped me become a lot more secure as a person. I'd like to.
That's good.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I'm glad that Hunter, Jody, and whoever the third person is watching right now has witnessed firsthand Jen's just revolution as a person.
Character development.
Yeah,
Are you talking
development.
about this particular, like the Fad Diets and Exercise has helped you become more confident?
No.
Or just Folkland in
The
general?
whole 4-episode journey we've been on.
Yeah.
Well, 5 if you include the intro.
I've had more character development than Nate has had in 91 episodes.
1 episodes.
You think?
Technically, yeah, 91
Matt,
and
you
a
said
half.
you think?
Oh, I mean, you don't know the personal development Nate's had. Come on.
Of course, that's why it's a joke. My God. I'm sorry that
Anyway,
I attacked your
Matt,
boyfriend.
what were you saying, man? It's been a busy week.
Yeah, it has been a busy week. We talked about Brian. I guess we sort of, talked about Nate having the birthday thing. You did the video. That was really cool. And then Jen got to go see him live. It's just been a big week. There's lots of folks that got to go see Nate.
I stole Hunter Taylor's joke.
Yeah.
Oh, did you? What did he say?
He said more character development in 4 episodes here than 80 plus of Nateland. And I said it a couple minutes before.
As he was typing, huh? Man. All right. Something we gotta settle before we get off.
All right.
For the record,
Settle it.
lambs and goats are not the same thing. Let's just say that they are not the same thing.
Aren't lambs just like baby sheep?
Yeah, lambs are baby, and they talked about that, but then they said they're basically the same as goats too, but they're not. Rams are male
football
sheep.
Team.
Yes, and they're male sheep.
Don't bring
Do you
that
know
up.
what you call a female sheep?
You said I didn't know anything about sports.
I thought you were answering my question.
A female
first.
sheep? Your mom.
Close,
pretty
Jen.
funny.
Very close. What do you call you don't really know a female sheep
Hey,
is
you
called?
know what you just reminded me of? Nobody commented what they thought your middle name was.
I
Not
know.
a single person.
That's because it was at the end of a very difficult episode to watch.
Okay, guys. New episode. We need to know what is this guy's middle name. I said it was Nancy. He lied and told me it was close.
It's not close.
He said it's close to my middle name, which is Blaine. Comment your thoughts.
Matt David.
Very close.
David
That's what
Blaine.
Hunter Taylor said David. I just want to give credit where credit's due.
Didn't
no.
they just talk about David Blaine on this past episode?
Yeah, and then Hunter said
Yeah.
because it's close to Blaine,
It's like,
David
what
Blaine.
are-
Nate's
What are we
dad was
worshiping David Blaine for?
Nate's dad. Hey, Nate's dad was a magician. You know, they talked about that whole bit where you just wake up and he's like,
He's
you know,
like,
trying to get out of the chains.
He's the alarm clock. You have to
Hilarious.
wake up and save your dad from
He's like-
drowning.
Hilarious.
He's like, why are you upside down?
Do you guys
Is
know
it being
I'm,
water hard enough?
I'm related to Harry Houdini?
No, you're
real-
not.
His real name
Oh,
is
okay, yeah.
Eric
Eric Weiss.
Yeah.
Are you really? That's cool.
Yeah, he's my 7th cousin.
That's funny.
Oh, is
Aren't
your
we
real
all?
name Lane? Lane?
Huh?
L-A-N?
Matthew Lane.
I think no. I think female sheep is called a ewe.
Yeah, it's called a ewe.
E-W-E.
Yeah,
That's why when you said your mom, I said you're kind of close.
yeah.
Your.
So
That's
this
right.
could be a bit. You're like, what do you call a female sheep? You. No, it's not named Jen.
Have y'all seen that clip? It was on like
I have.
I think it was on.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, it was on like Fox or something, CNN
Fox
or some
News,
news
yeah.
channel. Yeah,
The
he was talking about
reporter.
the TV show You, and he was like,
Oh yeah.
he was like
yeah,
on
this-
You it said da da da. And she was like, I never said that. He was like, no,
Yeah.
you did. He was like,
She's like obnoxious about it too.
Yeah, but he is not doing her any favors either. That
Yeah.
guy was
Oh, I think
equally
it's
as.
I think he knew what he was doing. It's
I
a
think
bit.
he was being a
well,
some
they
word
both
to
looked off.
call somebody.
being a waster baster.
So here's a question for you two. When we're in Nashville next month, are we going to visit the sheep at the Hermitage Golf Course?
Definitely not.
No,
No,
no.
you don't want to see that?
Not
No, I definitely would like to see the sheep grazing out on the golf course.
We're gonna have to
fun with
meet in the
that.
middle there, Matt, since we're riding together. But I vote no.
I mean, you're acting like
I-
it's an hour out of the way or something.
I would
Nashville's
rather.
all real close.
That's like going to see the Field of Dreams field when there's no corn.
That's true.
You don't think the sheep are going to be out there?
No, I just don't think I want to go at all, Matt. That's what I think.
Yeah, all right, whatever.
Spend my entire time in Nashville in a Waffle House and only leave
Oh,
for the
gosh.
live recording of Nateland.
I would rather live inside of Waffle House for 24 hours just to watch
You
it all
could
go
do
down.
that.
You know?
You could do
Well,
that.
there's a football league where like the loser has to spend 24 hours in a Waffle House, but
Yeah,
are deducted for each waffle he eats.
yeah.
So you just
They
don't
did that
order
on
Oh, so
the
you
Dude
eat a lot
Perfect
of
guys
them.
did
Okay.
that.
Dude, I love
something.
Dude
Yeah.
Perfect. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I do too.
Good night. Okay. All right. It's been like
Those guys aren't
long
in shape.
time.
They probably exercise, right?
They
Yeah.
probably have some kind of a fad diet they follow.
The Dude Perfect guys.
Yeah, the Dude Perfect
I will
diet, I
say-
think, is what they call it. You just do
Dude,
trick
I will
shots.
say-
perfect.
The town I live in now has a company that's located here, and they make like powerlifting belts,
Really?
like big leather belts for like powerlifters and stuff.
Mhm.
And they put on like an international invitational powerlifting meet every summer.
Wow.
And
In
I
your
got
town?
challenged. Yeah. In
Hmm.
in this tiny town in Texas, there's this big international powerlifting meet, and I got challenged by the guy who owns it to compete in 2025. I've never done
Really?
powerlifting before, but I was telling him about I need that inspiration to work out again.
Yeah.
Is going with the whole exercise thing, and so I have
That's
a
cool.
Buff Jesus is going to participate. Hunter, yep, that's right. So hopefully,
is he going to give you a belt for free so that you can work towards
he's
that
talked
goal?
about either him or another friend of mine's talked about like sponsoring me. I don't really know what
Yeah.
I need money for, but I guess I got a
Um,
belt.
Maybe he could.
Um,
maybe he wants to sponsor Folkland because we're talking about it
Jody-
here.
I'm taking
Jody
2 weeks
Ray.
off for my baby, so I
Yeah,
guess I need 2 weeks worth of
exactly.
pay. So
Jody Ray said your work should cover that, I hope.
Yeah.
Jody
Yeah, they
Ray commented and said she hopes this Folkland isn't like Somebody Stop Me and fizzles out after 8 episodes. We need more character development. And I think this entire conversation for the past minute proves our point. My
Yep.
God. I think we'll be around as long as
Well, I hope we
Chad
at least
doesn't
make it 8
die under some
episodes.
weights and crush himself.
I will not die under weights. I might die, but it won't be from lifting.
Not with that great weight belt they're going to provide you, huh?
Great weight
Trying to-
debate.
right.
Trying to
Yeah.
get some sponsors over here.
That would
Yeah.
have been a good name for this segment if we named our segments the Great Weight
Mhm.
Debate.
The great weight debate.
But we didn't really debate anything.
Yeah, we did.
But
Whether or not you'll die. We're debating now.
Oh,
It hasn't happened
okay.
yet. You know, it's not
It-
done. You can still
as long as it
decide.
rhymes, Chad, I don't think it really needs to make sense.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to force this, okay? I don't know who brought that up. All right. I think we've expired. I think that we're done.
Well,
We're
I-
Jody
at
wants to-
120.
Jody wants me to start slow with some Prancer size. She wants me to kick it
Yes.
off with Prancer size.
Yes,
so.
you got to check it out.
Hey,
I'm
if
telling
we
you,
get to
you're welcome.
100 subscribers, Chad will do a Prancer size video in his wrestling garb.
So
I don't-
you do
I
know what
never-
Prancer size is.
No,
I've
I
never
don't.
wrestled
I just
before.
said that.
I mean, that's unbelievable.
It's not hard. Like I do have a brain. I can think
Yeah.
and imagine things, you know.
You're imagining correctly.
To your point, Jen, it's time. It's time to shut this thing
Yeah.
down. So
All good things must come to an end.
Yeah, and even this has to come to an end too. So there's that.
Although I would like, how about this? The taco eating challenge. If
Oh,
Chad
yeah.
loses, I would like him to dress up like Nacho Libre in stretchy pants and do a Prancer size video that we can post.
I
on
didn't-
Folkland.
so wait, I just have to beat you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Deal.
I'm not
So
taking
what
Matt on.
what happens if Jen loses?
I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know, folks. You should comment. People should comment what should happen if I lose. And
Matt
don't
versus Chad
I
in
think-
the inflatable sumo
say,
suits.
kick me off the
At a,
podcast.
I
think
think
that's an
that.
idea, man.
I think that if Jen loses, she should dress up like her Disney princess and do her own Prancer size video.
Yeah. There you go. We
I would
pick the
do that.
character though. We pick which princess.
Well,
Yeah.
don't be
We can let the
Don't be
folks
weird.
decide. No, we'll let the folks decide.
okay.
If they want to be weird, they can be weird.
Let's get folky.
Yeah, get
Let's
folky with
folk
it.
up, baby.
No. Oh, sorry, we're not.
All right.
mentioning that. All right, let's move on.
Matt, you really folked up. All right.
All right,
Anyway,
goodbye, folks.
Let's go, folks.
bye folks.